Welcome back to the Cepheid Variable. It's your friendly referee, Chris, here. And before I get into our fine Patreon folks to thank, I want to wish you and your family and whoever you hang out with on a regular basis a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it is that you celebrate during this time, Festivus. Hope it's a good one. Hope you have fun. And this is our last episode before Christmas, which is wild to think about. So, yeah, let's hop in to those fine Patreon folks. We got Taylor, Drowrin, Miles, Randy, Yam, Colby, Thomas, Randy G, Laszlo, Hovo, H-O-V-O, Jeremy, Ben, and Garth. Thank you guys for your continued support over on that Patreon. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, check out the show notes. There's also a link to our Discord and our social medias on Instagram and Blue Sky there. And if you're liking what you're hearing so far, leave us a review on whatever you listen to us on. That would be super dope. Hope you guys are enjoying Traveler, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Things are about to escalate. We'll just leave it there. Bye. Welcome back. Everyone's got their hoods up like they killed the CEO. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Wow, topical.
I got a hat on.
Well, Cody did, and I wanted to be cool like
That's cool.
Cody, and then I had a hood, so I was like,
None of you have the cool jacket he has, but
I mean, I was in New York recently.
there you go.
Oh,
No, I
damn.
wasn't.
So y'all are going to make a phone call. I believe you did make a phone call to somebody named Slad. That's my belief here.
Oh,
If
did
I
he tell
listen-
us his name? I thought he didn't tell us
You
his
have
name.
a contact in the phone that you
so,
found.
So I was looking back over my notes, and I knew I should have asked you to go back over exactly the series of messages.
You should have.
So can you do that for us now?
I can't because they're recorded and I didn't listen to everything that way.
Oh, gee.
All right. So, yeah, to go over the last messages that was a weird way to say messages. The last messages that you had conversation that you found on this phone in Elsa's room. Or Alyssa's room. Basically, it was like this number texted her saying, "Hey, we're almost there, got it," And then she kind of followed up with like, "You guys tripped the sensors, we're on our way down, get ready," kind of thing.
Ooh.
So that was what you know.
I don't trust her. Let's shoot her.
So essentially, this all happened 4 days ago, right?
And did that line up? It lined up with...
Sorry, 5. Yeah, everything lined up. Like 5 days ago, the sensor was tripped. About 4 days ago, from everything you guys noticed, the crew went down to investigate. It's about a day trip, so you're assuming 3 days ago the ship arrived there. So they've been down there for roughly 3 days. You guys get back, find the whole place deserted, start digging around, doing your clue searching, and we ended off with you guys finding this number in Alyssa's room, calling it to be like, "Hey, we're just going to call this fucking number." And you had just saved under the name Slad. That was the name that was saved under. And so Tyler's character called him up to be like, "Hey, I'm assuming we wanted to talk with him, have a friendly little chat."
See if they even answer. See what we can learn.
Absolutely. Makes total sense. And I like it. And we're going to get to that after we cut back in time again.
Sorry, I liked the suspense of it all.
I'm trying. Just milking it, just like a teat.
Yeah, what the?
Get some raw milk out of it.
Damn.
So we cut back 2 years, much like last time. A couple episodes ago, we cut back with you guys arriving. This time we cut back to you guys each individually, so this isn't like a group session. Each of you sitting in an office, probably the office of the captain. Miss Willamette is sitting across from you, and she just wants to get to know you. She's it's an informal setting. You're sitting there. It's probably everything's steel around you. There's probably some photos on the walls, some medals for her that she's collected, abstract art paintings. I don't think she'd have anything too crazy. There's not going to be like a big muscly, roided out guy flexing. Could be, if you guys want. That's fine. I don't know. Maybe he's got like 4 arms. Each one's super like Goro. Maybe it's just Goro on her wall.
Just Goro.
Yeah. Or what was so do you guys want to do this kind of individualized? Or do you want to have everybody hear about your character's backstory? I don't know how much you want to keep hidden from your character's backstory.
I don't need to keep anything hidden, so I don't care if it's group format.
Yeah, I don't think I am hiding anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my character would not disclose a lot of the information of her.
Okay.
But I mean, like, so she wouldn't, but does that mean you don't want
I
us
don't
to
care
know
if you
for-
guys know.
Okay.
Right.
She wouldn't disclose it
Yeah.
willingly either, so.
I feel like we're all good enough with meta knowledge that we're not going to be like, well, Toots is a thief.
Yeah.
She is.
It's true. Very true. Okay. Tyler, you're outvoted, so it doesn't matter what you think. So you guys are all in this room. I think we just kind of like cut in between each of you giving your answer. But she's kind of sitting down here. No, it's informal. You get the vibe that this isn't like and she'd probably even tell you at the beginning, like, I just like to get to know each and every member of my crew. Make sure we're all on the same page. Don't want there to be anything left out in the open. If you have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer those. I'm going to have some questions for you. It's just going to be us getting to know each other so that we can work better alongside each other. And so she's like, you smoke? She kind of points at anybody. Like, this is each individual of you kind of there.
We're not each there together.
Yeah, you're all there
Yeah.
separately. So I think maybe we have like a shot of 4 of you or whatnot.
Mhm.
I mean, she has to be like, no, ma'am. I'm going to try to stay away from that.
Okay. Toots, do you smoke?
Smoking unfortunately ages you faster than one would like, and as a politician and a face of my people, I can't afford that.
Wow.
It's kind of answer I'd expect. Okay. All right. Coinbitter?
Yeah, I say, yeah. I'm known to smoke a few, and I actually pull out my own little, like, stash, and I got some exotic ones right here, if you'd like to try this out.
Well, she's like, I can trade you if you'd like.
Yeah, there you go.
She's got like a little pack that she kind of pulls out. And
She's a broker. What are her stats?
I like to think, I imagine these cigarettes like futuristic cigarettes, and I was trying to think like, what would a cigarette look like in the future?
They're like curly.
Yeah. like a duck
curly
penis or something.
And my mind immediately went to the fucking Camel cigarettes with the bead that you could break the release.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god.
See, I was thinking
bro.
Fifth
Crushes.
Element with like the super short end.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
mean Lakewood's finest?
What could go wrong, dude, on this thing? Oh my god.
I don't know why,
bro.
but my mind like it's like I'm kind of like imagine like almost like a vape, like a glass.
Yeah.
But there's like, but if it's
Yeah,
glass,
that's
then it's gonna look like a
cool. That's
crack
cool.
pipe. So like I don't want to be the crack pipe looking thing.
Well, they also do have in the Fifth Element for people who are quitting smoking the extra long filter
Yeah.
and
That's
the
what-
tiny.
yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
too.
It was so
That's
it's like
badass.
one a day helps you quit, or what
Yeah,
they had like a
yeah.
little jingle with
Sure,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Forget
great
what it was.
movie.
Ow, so
Which
good.
seems just as predatory as like a normal
Right,
pack of
yeah.
cigarettes.
Well,
like-
I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I do have the Fifth Element. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
pretty
faded
cool.
over
Yeah.
time. Yeah. Liluminai Likita Luminai Desipat. I always remembered her name just so I could say it, but
Damn.
like, yeah.
My buddy
Lilu Dallas Smoky Pass.
did the. I had to help him make a video in college. I think it was college, and it was him doing the entire speech for the gun that he does, where he's just like like naming off all the stuff, and it was wild to watch him. Like, yeah, I think he did it in 2 takes.
That movie was
impressive.
so ahead of his time. It's
Oh,
one of the
great.
only films where the bad guy and the good guy never meet.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
That's
wild.
right, yeah.
Holy
They
shit.
never meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
That's
amazing.
crazy.
How about you, Blex?
I'm trying
You
out a
partake?
new voice for Blex.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
so he's
that's
gonna
cool.
go, no, ma'am.
She's like, all right. And so you see her. She's like, you don't mind if I smoke? Is that going to be okay with?
Not at all, Captain.
Okay, great. And so she kind of puts in this futuristic cigarette. We'll let our imaginations roam with what it looks like. Not the crack pipe that I've previously discovered that my mind instantly went to, but
Okay.
Maybe it is a crack pipe.
Yeah, maybe it is, dude.
no, I'm thinking maybe it's like I think of like a steel like cylinder, like it almost looks like a cigarette still, but like it lights on the end like a vape,
Like a glass bubble on the end, and you take a torch at the bottom.
you just heat it up real quick and then you drop it in. It's like part dab, part crack. Okay,
Yeah. Well, that is just a crack pipe.
we gotta put the yeah. No, this one has resin in it though.
But yeah, we got
Yeah,
you.
got
Future cig.
Future cigarettes.
Yeah.
And so she's sitting there, just kind of. Would you like something to drink?
Water will be good, Captain.
Okay.
Are we all together or separate?
No,
Separate.
we're separate.
Separate.
I'm imagining in like an editing sense, though, it's like the camera will like pan past the captain, and then it goes back to the scene.
Oh,
It's like
classic.
the next
Oh,
person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the
Yeah.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
They're Ocean's 11 it right now.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
I think there was like a rotating
I've never
camera.
seen Ocean's 11.
What?
Really?
Oh, wow.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
all right.
it's a movie about Julia Roberts and 11 co-stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't make her
Feminism.
Yeah.
I don't really like Julia Roberts as a like. I have to see a movie in her where I'm like, you're
Glad you were in this
good.
movie.
But I've also never seen the Julia. Like I can't name a Julia Roberts movie. So, Toots, would you like something to the drink?
And I think from my perspective, I think Toot is like very political face right now.
Okay.
But the captain full on knows that Toot is not there voluntarily.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, captain knows that it's his like community service, like she's forced. So like Toot is very much like politician, has like the fake face on, and is just like, oh, no beverage for me right now. Thank you so much for offering. I am still has a queasy stomach from all the travel.
Fair enough. We see the camera cut to Jedt. Mr. Coinbitter, would you like a beverage?
Of course. Alcohol and tobacco go well together.
Yes, perfect. So she'll like, she has like whiskeys and futuristic. I don't know what futuristic liquors there are, but there might be something there. She'll make you up something. We get the
Real
black.
moonshine
Yes, there's real moonshine
made on a moon.
made on a moon.
Moon.
Bunch of Appalachian hillbillies on a moon. And she'll turn to Blex and Blex, would you like something to drink?
No, thank you.
Okay. And so she kind of sits back and she's got herself like a little drink that she's mixed. And so she's just gonna like swirling this drink in front of her. Maybe she sets down the cigarette and she's like, well, how about you tell me about yourself here, Mr. Cross? What brings you here? Why did you choose this outpost, if I may ask?
Well, actually, it came at the recommendation of a close friend of mine. I needed to get out of the military life. I mean, I'm sure you saw my file. Had a couple close calls.
I'd prefer to hear your words on your file.
Well, I don't want to waste too much of your time, Captain. But I was, let's just say, I was never a big fan of the leadership aspects. I joined up for the work and got promoted higher than I'd like to be, and it was just time to be done. But a friend of mine had mentioned this was steady work. Actually, are you kind of like out of conversation? Have we named like when we're on rest, like shore leave? Do we all go to the same like station or planet?
Yeah, there's the same planet out there you go to.
Do we name it?
We have not. What do you want to call it?
Epsilon. Sorry, that's already a thing.
You go to another station. You go from Orcellian to Epsilon.
Orcellian Beta. I don't know, man. What's a good sci-fi planet name?
I don't know. You throw it out.
Ortega.
Ortega. Boom. Done.
You
You go to Ortega.
Yeah, I have a close friend on Ortega who had mentioned that occasionally she gets customers coming from this outpost here. A steady rotating cast of people, and I mean, I looked into it, and some of my skill set fits here, and this is what I'm looking for. Something steady, quiet, so I can save up a little bit and look towards retirement.
New Zanzibar. That's the planet I thought of.
New
That's a good one.
Zanzibar.
Yeah. New Zanzibar. There you
That's a
go.
good one.
Yeah, thanks.
Ortega's already taken.
Damn it.
Is New Zanzibar an existing one?
It's
No.
a moon on that one.
New Zanzibar is,
How about that's the city? New Zanzibar is the city.
Nice.
there we go.
means there's an old Zanzibar where to go.
Yeah. We don't talk about it. No one wants to talk about that. Got blown to high smithereens or something.
But anyway, so just to tell the captain that, I was just looking for something a little steadier that, it wouldn't have to be shot at. And this seems like a good fit.
Well, we haven't had to shoot at anybody yet, so that's a good sign.
Fingers crossed.
This person that referred you, is this your significant other? Or is that another person?
We haven't made anything, we're not married, if that's your question, but I've known it for quite a long time.
I'm just trying to make sure that outside attachments you might have, anything that could be used as leverage against you, so. Not in my sense, but if you become compromised, I need to know threats. You understand the military thinking.
Absolutely.
So.
No, I don't believe there would be an issue there.
Excellent. Good to know. We cut over the Toots. And she's kind of looking. No, she understands you're doing your part. She's like, so, Miss Rodgers, or would you prefer Toots? What would you prefer the informal setting here? What would you prefer to be called?
Toot is just fine.
Excellent. Toot.
I like to think that it was originally Toots, and then at some point it just got misconstrued into Toots.
I kind of like the ambiguity of the nickname. Like, it's just like, Astrodomos is such like a ridiculous name, too. That's just like
contrast.
I just can't get over that. It all just spawned from us talking about Mr.
Rodgers farting in front of his wife.
It's so fucking good.
And then Meescha just went, well, that's my character name.
Yeah. Just no hesitation.
I have zero regrets.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, Miss Toots doesn't sound good. So Toots, what brings you out here? Why all the way out here? You come from a very, as you mentioned, prestigious background, your family and the things you've accomplished. It's rather odd to me.
She fills that in. Oh, it's prestigious. That's what I did say.
It just shocks. It makes me wonder why you're coming all the way out here.
Oh, well.
Now, obviously, your file, I have reasons, but I'd rather hear directly from you. I guess why? Why are you coming all the way out here?
So the second the captain mentions the file, Toot's eyebrow kind of just like twitches.
Okay.
Like, she's like, meh. And then she's just like, well, ma'am, as you know from my file, this is a temporary mandatory detour from my political career. I plan to make short effort and efficient effort in this particular position that I've been appointed, and then hurry up and get back to my original goal, which is a political big word for job. And back to my ship. I would very much like to get back to my ship as soon as possible. Unfortunately, that was another mandatory detour that I did not have in the picture.
So the mandatory detour, as you mentioned, is that what caused those? Because you seem like you have everything together, right? You're well put. You look like you're physically fit. You have the looks. You have the background. You have the money. What caused these detours? She kind of sits back and takes a sip, studying you.
I think the second she asked that question, another shield goes down on Toots' face, and she takes out the poker chip and starts fiddling with it, and starts kind of bumping her knee up and down. She's kind of fidgety. She's uncomfortable with these questions now.
Yeah.
And she was just unfortunately, I hit a few hiccups in my career, which led to some not quite lawful activities on others' part, not mine, of course.
Of course.
And unfortunately, there was little evidence to support my claims of factual happenings of the situation that occurred. I am just, I'm an innocent bystander in all of this. I just want to do my duty and then get back to my ship.
Much as I expect. I understand. I just want to make sure that none of these hang-ups are going to follow you here, correct?
I do hope not.
Okay. That's all I can ask. If anything comes up from these previous endeavors, we'll call them, that you've had, that you let me know so we can handle it instead of me being surprised by something.
Yes, we wouldn't want that.
And we kind of rotate over it. It cuts to Jedt. she's kind of staring at you. She's like, Mr. Coinbitter, I know that you applied to be the warehouse personnel. I was just wondering why, given your background with everything you've done, you'd want to go into warehousing. What about that aspect interests you?
I've just been always good about moving product, and I took it more literally this time. Yeah, it just made the most sense. I knew that, if I'm going to work on this station, it was the most fitting position for me.
And what brings you to this station, if I can ask you that?
It wasn't this station in particular, really. It was more a turning page in my life.
Okay.
Going away from my the system that I kind of would frequent and haunt. I wanted to go out into out further into places where there's more opportunity. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Maybe some trades didn't go my way, but that's actually it's the most fortuitous position to be in. You got nothing to lose when you're at that resetting point of basically having nothing, and every trader knows that that's an opportunity in and of itself.
Good to hear. Well, I'm hoping that your expertise when it comes to those things are going to pay off for us, and we are happy you're here. And we cut over to Blex sitting there, and she's takes a long sip of her drink. She's like, Mr. Blex, or would you prefer just Blex? What would be the moniker you'd wish to go by? Would B3 be better, or would Blex be?
I don't care.
Excellent. What brings you out this far? You seem pretty academically skilled from what your file tells me. I could see that you have a hand for the augments. I'm assuming most of your augmentation is probably pretty, like I know you said you had a Swiss Army hand.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think it's noticeable. Like I don't think it's flesh colored, or is like we talking like gloved Luke, or is it like flesh tone? What's it look like?
It probably just looks like a normal hand.
Okay.
But I also didn't. There's like a whole thing in the gear catalog that talks about like ruggedized augments and like augments that are tough to see and stuff, and I didn't do any of that, so they're probably noticeable.
I'm assuming, like maybe to her, but
yeah, but I don't think he's trying to hide.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
She just wanted to, she's like, I'm assuming that is a skill base of yours. Did you do those yourself, or do you have somebody that did those for you?
And he's like, yeah, I did these myself.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
One-handed.
Yeah, one-handed. I make them, and then I'm not a surgeon. I didn't put them in. I just made them.
I gotcha.
That's awesome.
Gotcha. Well, that's an excellent thing to have working on computers. We do have a system here that you might be able to help us out with there.
Sick.
Yeah. So what brings you out here to this station? What are you hoping to get from your time here?
Well, and he sort of like brushes his blonde hair out of his face. I really just wanted to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city life. I've been living on pretty busy stations my whole life.
Okay.
So, yeah. And I think I want to change something about last time. I think he kind of dresses more like JP from Grandma's Boy. I don't think he has like as long of a trench coat. But I think it's
amazing.
What's called like patented leather, like they're really shiny,
like goth leather.
Yeah.
Please
and like
sit on my face.
Like big boots, but I don't think he acts like JP.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a social of 3 or 4, so he has about the same amount that JP had.
Right.
But I don't think he is as horny or as rude as JP.
But he actually has robot ears, so
that
actually works. Yeah.
But I think he maybe has like big boots on.
Sure.
And like a leather jacket. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, he's kind of like industrial goth.
Yeah, like blonde hair falling in his face. And he's like, I just want to get out of the hustle and bustle of the station, the busy station life.
Understandable. And I'm going to assume that the augmentations that you make, you probably have done them from other people. Is there any hang-ups from that we need to be aware of that might be following you here?
I don't really know what you're talking about. I just really made them for research.
No,
and
absolutely.
Just my research and stuff.
My only request is that if anything follows you from that time, that you let me know so that we can address it.
Yeah, I don't really know what you mean, but I guess I can do that.
Okay, that's all I could ask.
Yeah.
And so we see her we flip around, we go back to Zander, and she's just like, well, tell me about yourself. We know why you're here, so give me a rundown of your life up to this point. What,
Well, I grew up on a space station. I'm now spend most of my life in space. I always had a little bit of a knack for electronics, fiddling around with that sort of thing, computers, sensors, and stuff. That's what led me to the Marines. As a young kid, it was, they advertise you, come to the Marines or come to the Army. I had nowhere else to go.
sure.
It turns out I have a knack for it, and it's been working my way through the careers, and like I mentioned, that's what I liked to do, you know. Looking into this station here, seemed like that could work out pretty well. I can use the skills that I actually like to use, that I cultivated, and don't have to worry about the leadership. I'll leave that to you, Captain.
We're a pretty quiet station here. Everybody does their thing. Yeah. Nothing's happened on these planets since I've been here, but we have to keep an eye.
Another thing that drew me to this is a little curious about that. I guess maybe we can get into it in the future, but that's something I wanted to ask you about. What you know about this so far. Seems quiet, but very curious.
The Prime Dominion, they've stuck us out on these various planets that have been affected by this fog that happened before you and I were even a thought in our parents' eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But far as I know, nothing is all organic life gone on these planets. So we are just monitoring to see if anything's going to come back so we can study, checking ground soil. Occasionally we've gone down and moved sensors or repaired them if things are going bad. It's definitely things that we've done in the past. That might be something if you're interested in. We can train you and get you a suit.
I'd definitely like to help with that.
But that's more the science team. They're the ones monitoring all that and everything. But yeah, we're just out here keeping an eye, seeing what's going on. It's pretty boring. That's why we try to kind of shuffle everybody on and out so you don't go stir crazy out here. It's going to be a lot of beeps and boops on a computer screen and not much changing.
Well, sometimes quiet.
Yeah, I would say if you have anything that you want to work on personally that requires you to dive inside your brain, this is probably going to be a good spot for.
Thanks.
And I do appreciate you saying that you're going to leave the captain up to me. I know you had we'll say a kerfuffle with a previous folks you were working with, but...
yes, but that shouldn't be a concern.
I don't see us having it.
I'd like to just spend my time quietly as a member of the crew.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And so we cut over to Toots. It kind of stares you like in a bad way, but she's looking at you, taking a sip. She's like, well, Miss Toots, give me the rundown of your life. Just give me what happened? Where are you from? How did you get to where you're at? Just anything I need to know about your, personality-wise that would help me so we can connect on a better level, so I can help manage you better. But I need to understand where you came from. Now, obviously, I know you came from a very privileged family. Where you're from, the Rodgers seems to be a very well-known name in that area. So, give me the life story of Toots.
I think at this point, Toot has like a very political facade on. She's got her happy face, and she's doing the best she can, but she's obviously uncomfortable. And then a few seconds of that, she abruptly gets up, goes over to the captain's desk, and takes a cigarette and starts huffing.
Absolutely.
And pacing about the room. and she's just like, I don't belong here. I don't belong among any of you. I am a political ion of everyone, and I was sent here, the centrifuge of a colony ship, to do something or other because someone thought that I owed them too much money, when in fact I am very good at what I do. I started that gambling ring, and I was very good at it, but I unfortunately just made too many enemies, and they thought that they could just get the upper hand, and then they send me here. They send me here to this backwater issue that I am just so far above. I'm so far above any of this. I just want to get back to my ship, do my job, and then they'll see. They'll see. I will be on top again. They will see. And then she just like keeps huffing and like pacing about. She's just like, I don't belong here. They made a mistake.
Oh no, my only request for you in this time period is that what I say goes. And while you might think that you are above me, and politically wise, social, probably money wise you are, I'm still in charge of the ship. And that's what the Prime Dominion looks at. So if you decide to step out of line, then I will bring down their jurisdiction on you, and you will not be able to escape that as easily as you have with your other friends. I don't want this to be a threat. I don't want this to be... I don't care what you do here. Just follow the rules, put your head down, get out of here in your allotted time, and we're fine. Just don't make an issue. Don't... Whatever outbursts you have, like the previous one, I prefer you keep that between you and me, not the rest of the crew, because you need to have them on your side, because you're going to be lonely out here, and it's going to be boring, and you'll need people to talk to, and that type of attitude is going to drive them away from you, even if it is just for the couple years you're here. That'd be my only piece of advice.
Yeah.
But I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I don't expect this to be your lifetime job. We've had a few people who've stuck it out. We've had 2 or 3 crew members who've been here for 10, 15 years. So, no, it's not crazy for people to want to stay here and keep going once they get used to it, but I don't see that in you, nor do I expect that from you. So
yeah, she's still like pacing and then like nodding her head, like she's not like looking at her, she's just like pacing back and forth and like
sure.
like just huffing this vape cigarette thing, and then she like sits down and then like gets back up again and then pours herself a drink and then just like chugs the whole thing and then like starts like pacing again, and she's just like, that was good. That was good. Whiskey, whatever that was.
Yeah, absolutely. Have more.
I didn't expect it. I thought it would be like some cheap commoner stuff.
No.
That's good. That was good. Yeah.
I try to have a good stuff. When you're away as much as you are out here, you have to have the simple pleasures in life.
Yeah.
And you want to spend a little bit more to get something that's good, because that's all you're going to have while you're out here.
Toots just like, simple. Yeah. Simple. She sits back down and she's like, I only got this position because I just happen to speak another language. It's just so dumb. I could do so much more. But I'm here because I happen to speak another language, which, by the way, is like 12% of the entire universe, so it's not even that common. And then she just like takes another swig and then like smokes some more, and she's just like, I can't believe I'm here.
Well, if you have more to offer, we're more than happy to.
So much to offer.
Well, then we'll find something to help you put that to use.
And she just like stares off into the distance and just like continues with the huffing and the huffing and the huffing.
Absolutely. We cut over to Jedt Coinbitter. Same thing. She's kind of sitting here. You guys are, taking a sip. And she's just like, so what brings you, Mr. Coinbitter, out here? I know we just talked about what brings you out here, but I guess tell me about yourself. Where'd you grow up? Well, what put you on the pathway here? I don't have to go into full details of everything that happened, obviously, but just give me a good round view of you as a character.
Yeah. So Jedt has his whiskey glass in his hand, in his right hand, and then he has a cigarette in between his fingers.
Okay.
Except that normally it's like faced outward, but for his it's like faced like towards the glass. And so he like whatever, he like takes a drink, but then he also like taps it so that like some of the ashes actually went into the whiskey.
Carbon.
I like my whiskey a little ashy, a little smoky.
Yeah. So then he just says, oh, I come from a long line of coinbiters, always merchants.
No, is that your actual last name, or is it a moniker that you're famous?
No, it is. This is the coinbiters. I know you might not have heard of us, but we were more famous in the past.
Good to know.
But in days of yore, I'm sure that one of my lineage was a merchant king. But that's at least the stories that we tell within the family. But twists and turns. Like the life of a trader is not simple, and
I wouldn't think so. No.
Yeah, I would not ever regret a trade. I trade intentionally, and you can't dwell on those past things. So I'm more just moving on, trying to make the best of my next best venture here, and I'm hoping this is a turning point for me.
I think as long as you keep a positive attitude like that, it will be a turning point for you. Things are going to be pretty slow out here. There's inventory's not super tough on this ship. You're going to have 2 crew members who they're good at their jobs. They are unique personalities like everybody else, but I think you'll get to know them and you'll get to like them eventually.
Nice. Well, you can count on me to make sure that inventory is accounted for, and that the characteristics of each item are known, and that nothing spoils or goes wrong with where warehouse management is concerned. And I take a drink, and then I kind of grimace, but try to hide it. And I do that thing where maybe you get something in the wrong your windpipe, and you're coughing, but you're trying to suppress it.
Yeah.
And then I set down my glass.
I remember the first time I ever did absinthe was that. We did it over the sugar cube and everything, and I took the shot, and I instantly thought I was going to throw up. It was
Exactly.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Yeah. The salesman face is I want to come off as charismatic,
right,
even if I'm not.
You got to project that confidence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely exactly.
Lastly, we close in on Blex. And she's sitting across from you, and she's like, "Well, now I know you went to school for whatnot. Did you study your cybernetic enhancement during school as well?"
Yeah, I did.
What did you do before school? Why don't you tell me about young Blex? Growing up, what made you the person that you are today? If you wouldn't mind me asking.
I didn't really do anything before school. When I was 15, got sent to one of those, trade schools.
Okay.
But I eventually tested so high that they just started, instead of putting me into trade courses, they started putting me into more research courses.
Interesting.
And so I really pretty much picked it up at around 15, 16, and then that's about it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
She just stared at you. I think she knows, she's read your reports, so she's like, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But, so what, the thing that he wouldn't say is that, he was sent to one of these, almost like a boarding school by his mom, to get away from his dad. Basically, the home life wasn't that good, and dad was abusive or whatever, and then his mom was enough of this, and then just gave him money for a bus ticket.
Gotcha.
And enrolled him in some school off system, off world, or wherever, off station, wherever they were. And then so he just started 15, 16 years old
Gotcha.
at this
Okay.
school. Yeah.
I like it. So yeah, I don't think she would know that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's just mainly, I think her kind of line of questioning is just trying to see how each of you respond to that, and if she notices that there's more underneath it or whatnot. She's not going to push anything, but she's well, I'm glad you're here. Like I said, our computer systems are pretty simple. There's nothing too crazy. It's a pretty boring job. If you need time, or if there's anything cybernetics wise that you'd like to work on while you're out here, if you have free time, just let us know. We can see if we can make a space for you. I can't say it's going to be as I know you're not doing the operation side of it, so we don't have a really sanitary area. Obviously there's a med bay, but yeah, if you let me know, I can try to requisition some things and see if we can.
Sick, that'd be cool.
But we kind of we closing on the last thing, which maybe all 4 of you are on the screen now. She's like, I just want to say I'm glad that you're here. We are a pretty small, tight community here, a family of sorts. We have try to have a dinner together at the same time. We all sit in the mill hall. We all try to catch up with each other. I'm going to expect you to get to know your teammates well enough to understand what they're doing, to understand how they go about their process, because you're going to be filling in for them when they go on leave. It's not a hard job. There's not a lot going on out here. It's pretty easy, and I don't think anything here is going to be challenging you to the extent of, stress. I think the biggest stressor here is finding what to do with your time so you don't lose any sort of sanity from the monotonous material or monotonous patterns that we're going to have here.
Like I told you, Captain, I'm used to being in space. Monotony's part of the job description.
It is. So I welcome you aboard to the Orsellian, and I'm glad that you answered the call, and I look forward to the next 5 years of our lives being entangled and maybe more. So she kind of shakes your hand. She's like, if you have a drink or like a thing, she's like, feel free to keep it, and have a good day. I think we kind of fade up from there of you guys getting to know her a little bit. And we sit here with Zander calling this number. Someone named Slad.
Zero stress, by the way. She said zero stress.
Zero stress.
Well, she didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Or did she?
She's the traitor all along.
No, it's about the traitors you find along the way.
Okay, so what do we... All we really know is that this is somebody Alyssa was in contact with. So
Yes.
the ping that we picked up on the planet was this person. And she told them, we're down, we're on the way.
Right.
And that at that point, lining up with the video, that's when the whole crew gets on.
Yeah, essentially. Like, this ping happened, and like a day later, like getting everything together, they went.
And I think Xander's thinking that whoever this Slad is exactly who answered the call at first.
You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his thought process.
Sure.
So
you call this number?
on Alyssa's comm unit.
Right, use the one that's there.
Yeah. I figured he figured like what cover we had is blown essentially.
Sure.
They know we're here. They know
Right.
we
Yeah.
started investigating.
Are we all together at this point?
Good question.
Like in the same room, or
That's a
or
good
we
question.
still walking around?
Where is everybody?
I would wait until at least there's one other person there, just so.
I think
We're all
everybody was
Mhm.
we did last episode with you guys getting all together in
I think so.
the crew quarters.
Cool. Okay.
When you
Okay.
guys found this.
Cool.
So you call this number.
Yes.
We hear it. Ringtones. I want to think in the future space would have. Do you think they'll go back to like ringtones where you call and you hear a song? You remember that era of ringtones?
Oh yeah, like you personalize ringtones.
Yeah, but so like when you called somebody, they would like pick a song for you and you would hear it when you call them.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
That was wild, actually.
Like I remember paying money for like a MIDI shitty, like no effects, like dinosaurs will die.
Oh my
like
God.
one, like
Oh my God.
whatever, like it was like $5 or whatever it was for this like shitty, just like do. Anyways, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, now you could play music, so you can hear Creed.
Yeah.
When someone you call somebody, it's like fuck.
And the sound quality was so bad.
I don't want to hear this. Like, yeah, you have terrible music taste. Like, I don't. You don't want to hear me
those were
playing
the days.
Korn. Like when you call me. So
I think my mom did that when I called her.
Yeah.
The song was Mothra, the chant to summon Mothra. Like, Masura, yeah,
Oh my
Masura.
God, bro.
my favorite is my ringtone right now is pretending to be people. His wife, Zach's wife. There's like, it's pretty big in the show, but she just like a bring bring.
Oh,
Ring,
you got
ring.
that?
So I since I'm a Patreon, like they sent the GIF file or the file out. So that's my ringtone. So like when it rings at work, everyone's like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "I don't want to explain it to you. Just leave it alone."
Just my phone.
Yeah, it's someone calling me. Can't you hear? It says "bring."
Yeah.
You see, it goes from the screen says "calling" to pick up. I don't know what our futuristic headcoms look like, but there's got to be some sort of indicator that shows you it gets picked up. And so,
Like the connection's active.
yeah, exactly. So maybe that's what it says, like calling this is active in the corner. I don't know. We've never really discussed what your comm unit looks like.
I really like the ones they have in the Expanse. That's just like kind of like a see-through slate thing. That like, I mean, they're basically just blank, and you just get like your own little identity chip or whatever into it. I just like the look of them too.
Yeah, I don't know where we're thinking like a cell phone type of thing, or like a handheld device, or like,
thinking
is
like,
it a comm unit on your wrist?
My thought was cell phone shape and
That's what I'm
size, but feature a lot more capable.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So we see this come up. You see an active line, and you hear a voice from the other side, just kind of, "Hello?
Hello, is this Slad?"
Yes."
And so this is a different sounding
Different voice.
I understand. Do you know where Alyssa is?
I think so, yeah. She called, this is, something happened to her? This is her phone, right?
This is her phone. We're trying to find her. And you were the last person she communicated with.
Gotcha, yeah. No, we're just, I don't know where she went. We're down here on the planet, just cleaning up everything that happened, and we'll probably be heading up your way pretty soon to debrief you.
What do you mean, what happened?
You're on the ship, right?
What do you mean, what happened down there?
Well, we're part of a crew. They alerted us something happened with one of the sensors. We came out here to take a look to see what was malfunctioning, so we can get everything there, and then we're going to come back up and just kind of debrief you,
So, what he's saying, if I'm understanding what you're saying, seems to me like he's trying to play it off like he's part of the crew cleaning up.
He's a part of a different crew that was called.
A different crew.
Yeah.
It sounds super suspect to me. Is there, like, I want to know if there's a roll I could do to see if he's lying?
Yeah, let's see here.
My out-of-character thought is he's trying to fool me.
Maybe investigate. If you got a skill that you think would work, let me know.
Could just be a characteristic roll, perhaps.
Yeah, you could do that too. Give me maybe an intelligence check or
I get 0.
Yeah, or wisdom. You dumb on that too, you big dummy.
I am. Well, there's no wisdom in you.
Good. That means I'm the dummy. Table full of dum-dums. Except for Jake, Meescha, and Cody. They're not.
No.
Yeah, I don't really have a role that I think makes much sense.
Why are you asking the roll?
I mean...
So you believe him?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. All right, so he's telling me he's part of a crew. All right, what crew are you a part of? Where are you stationed?
Please be a dance crew.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you repping?
Yeah.
No, we're the B-boys off 28th Street. He's like, we're part of the maintenance team that gets called out. If they find anything weird on the planet, they reach out to us. We're sent by the Dominion to come check it out, investigate, and then we give them the details.
Okay. Having been on the ship for 2 years...
Oh, yeah, you know this bullshit. You absolutely know.
That's what I want to make sure.
You have never heard of this in your life.
I'll just kind of play along. Oh, okay. You're part of the maintenance crew. Thanks. So what happened with the sensor down there?
Oh, something weird happened. It picked up a reading, I guess they were saying, but nothing down here. Nothing really of interest. Just seemed like some faulty wiring. Maybe got a little too cold, so it acted up. We replaced one of the servos, and seems like everything's working. If you want to go check, let us know if it's sitting proper beacons. That would be nice.
Sure. We'll call you back in a little bit here. What else we need to know from this guy? Or try to fool him.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I can't think of anything yet.
You know what? Slad it was, correct?
Yeah, that's my name, Slad.
You know what? Thanks for getting that clean up
like
done.
that, but I am.
We'll call you back soon. And basically what I want to do is see if there's any way... Is there a way that we could track to see if he's actually on that planet? Because this is a new person.
I don't know if you could.
I mean, I've got comms and sensors, and we have a direct line connection. I don't know.
I can assume
he's
keep him on the line so you could trace it, or you think you're like some sort of
like the
cop?
FBI?
I mean, I think with the ship being what it is, I imagine we could try like basically only project our signal to a cone and like try to call only in that cone. And if we get the call aimed at the planet, then we know they're on the planet.
I mean, I have to assume he is because we're able to talk in real time. He's got to be.
You would know that he's within this system.
Yeah.
Like you're able to talk. So yeah.
But also,
maybe he's on the ship.
Like, the first guy we called clearly tried to lure us down.
Right. Yeah.
He was like, come on down. Like, everybody's down here.
This
like,
guy's
just
like,
come
we're
chill."
gonna come hang.
Yeah,
come see
no,
you
this
in a
guy's
bit."
like, we're coming to you. So,
Oh, absolutely. You guys are getting weird, conflicting information.
do we have like superiors that we would be reporting to? Like, is there
I mean,
someone that
the
we need to
captain.
call
We
and be
did.
like,
We did send.
He did send a message out. Just remember, like,
nice, okay,
across, like,
Yeah.
multiple. It takes a while to get stuff.
cool, okay,
so
There is no faster than like communication.
Right.
So.
Yeah, so we did leave a message for higher ups.
nice, okay.
Yeah.
As long as we did that, I feel like at this stage we can either. Is there more information to be gathered, or should we just fucking go down there?
That's a good question. So I would hang up on this dude.
Sure.
So we were talking about it's like this. Obviously, this seems fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a fan of waiting for them to come to us. That seems like the surest way to get caught in a worse trap than whatever trap is down there for us. We have no idea their capabilities. We have no idea their number.
Mm-hmm.
If we wait for them to come to us, they could just blow us out of space.
You could Home Alone it though.
We could Home Alone it. It's like at this point, I have to assume that it's hostile intent.
Okay.
Based on here's a good vague question. Based on what I know
Vague answer.
of the the protocols and responses
Sure,
that
yeah.
we would be told are like the standard response to different triggers, like oh, if there's a signal on the planet, here's the response. There's probably like documentation about like
Yeah,
various
they'll send a team down to investigate. They'll get like a scientist, like maybe a security officer and someone else, like typically like 3 or 4 people to go down.
Right.
It's not the entire
exactly
team.
Okay,
There is
so there is
everything
no
about this is
protocol for
weird.
that.
yeah,
Essentially,
no,
right?
there's no reason why the entire team
okay.
went, but there is a protocol, like because like I said, they sometimes have to repair these sensors. They do go bad. I mean, so
Yeah.
they'll go down
Right,
and they'll
right,
replace,
right. Makes sense.
do things. So
Okay. Is there
Right.
like what other types of sensors could we check on the ship that we are not thinking about? Is there any that my character would know that Cody doesn't know? In terms of like looking at the environment as to why someone would change their procedure, or even someone like the captain deviating from standard procedure, like any like the air quality, or like any psychic influence. I don't know, like some kind of interference.
Yeah, because we haven't found any reason that the whole crew.
Yeah.
you have not.
No,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
What, the sensors weren't wiped, were they? They were just shut off for.
Yeah, they
they
basically
were
like had
shut
like a
off.
dummy program running
Yeah.
that would
like-
just make it show that everything looked good.
Yeah.
So, like, if you now that you know when you go look, you can see, like, you could. I don't
I
think
mean-
any of you guys ever looked to see if you could find the other log.
I mean, I guess that's a good call. If I was under the impression they were shut off, not that there was like a dummy showing false data. But if we knew that, then I would like to check. I would suggest we check that before we make our decision about.
Sure.
Also, we checked the inventory in the warehouse, and they did only take supplies for 2 days, was it?
Yeah, just about that.
So, yeah, they had intention of coming
Which makes
back.
sense. Like, fly downs a day, maybe a little bit there, then fly back.
Yeah.
A day, so.
Would the sensors that were shut off, or doctored, like I forget which one it is. I thought they were shut off too. Would those sensors indicate any of the same type of readings for the ship, or was it only for the planet? Like, were sensors only shut off that were monitoring the planet, or was there some like also station health sensors that
Nothing
were
on
shut
the ship was turned off.
off? Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that you've noticed is that the only things that were doctored were these ones on the planet, which are basically sensing like life, essentially. Like they're trying to the growth, like even if it's like the growth of like a seed, whatnot. It's trying to pick up on anything organic or pick it like.
Multiplying cell.
There shouldn't be anything down there, so like if movement happens, they'll sense there. But also wind blows rocks and stuff like that. So
I guess I would ask one of you that has sensor skill, like that question that I said out loud, which was like, is there any sensors for the station that Cody doesn't know that our characters would know, or that the person with sensor skill would know?
Like that we haven't checked.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think we checked everything we could on the station.
yeah,
Station. Okay.
Yeah. But now knowing that this data that we thought was shut off for 15 minutes,
yeah, about that.
but it was actually obscured, I want to go check and see.
Sure.
My thought is, we still don't know why the whole crew went. Maybe whatever they detected briefly was worth going down.
All right, so I'm going to need a sensors check to analyze some data. Now, what we're looking at here, this is going to be an 8, target number 8. It's obviously going to be electronic sensors, which I think
I have.
Okay? I'm going to tell you ahead of time how many hours it's going to take, because I need to get better about that.
Okay.
And then depending on that, you can choose to push up the time frame to make it quicker, and that will increase the difficulty. So right now, we're looking at 6 hours for you to pull to figure this all out. So this is going to be intelligence along with your sensors.
Okay.
So would you like to increase the difficulty and go to minutes?
Can I decrease the difficulty and make it take longer? Actually, I don't want to do that. It's already going to take 6 hours.
So right now we're at 6 hours. If you want to go down, it would be 1D times 10 minutes is like the next time next time frame to move it up. But you'll increase the difficulty to a target number 10 instead of an 8.
I think I'll leave it at 8, just because it's probably going to be intellect and sensors.
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't have a DM plus in any stat.
Okay.
Do we want to
plus 1?
Do we want to task chain this? I'd be down if you want to.
Does anybody else have sensors?
I have sensors 1. I don't know what I would do.
I mean, it'd just maybe be helping to do it.
And you got intellect too, I think, right? So like you have a pretty high chance of aiding, I guess.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. I'll look over your shoulder.
Do you want to do that to increase the time frame, or are you going to do it just to make sure you get the 6 hours?
Well, wait. Say that again.
So if him aiding you is just going to be to get the 6 hour task done, or do you want him to try to aid you to help you do the 10-minute 1d10 times 10 so it's quicker, or are you comfortable sitting for 10 hours or 6 hours?
I mean, I'm comfortable sitting for 6 hours.
I think 6 hours.
My goal is just
fine.
to make sure we actually find the data.
Sure, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
I think
all right.
6 hours is fine.
Give me that task chain roll, Mr. Jake.
So I'll use my. Oh, actually, I don't know if I have sensors on my computer. Sweet. No, I don't think I do.
Okay.
So it's just going to be a straight up sensors plus I'll go education.
Okay.
Made it. Was it an 8 that
An
I was
8.
going for? Well, my total would have been 11.
Okay.
So I rolled an 8.
So
Nice.
you're going to get a +2
Okay.
to yours.
Hell yeah.
Can I use some of your traveler dice?
No, fuck you. Get your own goddamn dice.
I do, but my cats hit them, and I still
You have other dice.
but not the cool traveler ones.
That's true.
Okay. Okay. Good. With a +1 from my sensors, and then a +2,
Yes.
exactly makes it.
Oh,
Okay.
task chain.
Perfect.
But don't you have education or intellect that you can add?
I mean, it doesn't. It's a 0.
Mm.
Yeah, I have DM +0 on all.
So
all
if
my
you had done that
stats.
task chain, it would have
I
failed.
like that.
Yeah.
Good call, good call, good call.
Yeah.
So
Thanks,
we
Blex.
see you start digging into this data. You're pulling up, and I think in the rifling, you just thought like the data was just deleted or whatever. You guys had this idea, and the further you start digging into this, it's not deleted.
I think maybe like the communication with Slad, we like line it up. Like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
this is where this time period.
You noticed,
is.
about roughly 5 days ago, you can see as you're kind of going through the sensors, you start digging. There's like a almost like a line of code inputted, and all of the sensors just read the same data after and after and after.
Like
And then you find like a
looping a video on a security camera.
exactly, and
Yeah,
you find
shit.
another folder like kind of buried in there, and it does look like this one's been deleted, but it's got the actual data.
Folder's name is boobs.
Not porn.
Not porn.
Yeah. Not.
So you start digging through, and you open up this file, and you see these pings from that day, from 5 days ago. Looks like the sensors pick up about six entities, 6 things, and it's only for like a split second, and then they're gone. Like
the real sensor data.
the real sensor data shows it going out, and it pings against some organic life for about 1 or 2, maybe like 2 minutes max, and then it's gone.
Holy shit. What
and
the hell?
by gone, you mean the figures are gone or the sensor?
The sensor, whatever it's hitting is gone.
Okay.
So,
And this is the planet sensor
Yes.
seeing some kind of...
and then you kind of look at the data, and it looks like where the time frame this thing runs, so that it only runs for X amount of minutes, right? This fake chain that's run. At the end of it is when the rest of that you would see the rest of that kind of thing gets picked up. Like it stops, and then for whatever reason, there's another ping that happens a little bit after that.
Huh.
So
is there a way to tell if it was cut off naturally or someone was cutting it off?
you can't tell. You just see this data. You guys are digging through for like 6 hours. It's probably night now. Like, it's probably late.
Yeah.
At this point.
It's space. It's always
sun setting in
Right.
space.
Well, you're going to have to go to sleep at one point. Or you're going to get fatigued.
So, I mean, I just want to make sure I'm understanding the. So, on the surface level, we noticed like there was some weird little signal, and then it looked like it just went away. Maybe it was a glitch.
Right.
And then we look into it, and there was an actual.
There was more symbols. There was more hits than that little tiny blip showed.
Yeah. Okay.
So like that blip was only for like, let's say maybe like 30 seconds. That little blip that popped up that sent
Gotcha.
them. You're seeing like a full like 2 or 3 minutes of something.
And then this is before they went down to the planet.
Yes.
And this is
before the triggering event that caused them to go down.
Yeah.
Same day, same everything. This just happened like if you were to put it on a time frame, right? You're looking at this 15-minute chunk
with Alyssa's text.
Right. It's within them landing, like this happening within those texts is maybe within, you're thinking like a couple hours.
So we could be these figures that get picked up are whoever she was contacting.
Could be. Yeah, I think you're thinking that.
That's what I'm trying to line up.
You're looking at this time frame of, let's say, a 15-minute window. You're seeing at about 8 minutes, there are a bunch of like pings, and then they stop, and then the normal program picks up again, and then there's one ping that happens, and then that's what triggered everything.
Gotcha. So maybe.
It looks like
They missed looping that last ping.
Exactly.
When you say triggered everything, you mean that's when the people on this station were like, "Oh, let's go down."
Yes.
Okay.
The triggering event was this little ping that happened. You're seeing that there were multiple pings before that.
Yeah.
Right.
That this program was covering up.
And
That this
At
demo
least
program was
6.
covering up.
So it's
like
like
a bunch.
Sounds like whoever tried to cover this up just missed that one one trigger.
And
Yep.
what is this sensor actually sensing? A life form?
Organic life form.
Where
And
there
it's
should be
pointed
none.
at the planet.
It's like it's on the planet.
Right.
I'm thinking they're like these tiny little spikes that just send out like
Okay.
whatever
Yeah,
sort of
yeah, yeah.
sensory data
That's
out.
dope.
They hit something, and once it hits something that has like a
a-
heartbeat,
Once it stops.
Sonar for
Yeah.
organic
exactly.
life.
Yeah, once it hits something that it could tell. It's sensing heartbeats or it's sensing something like that.
So,
And then it.
So yeah, exactly.
So, like in theory,
the
the
future. They can
sensor would
sense
be
that.
constantly pinging.
Yes.
And then it just it's like people appear and then disappear.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Okay, so
Got it. Exactly.
I'm
Six
not sure why
pings.
they would disappear. Maybe they're in the planet.
Maybe they're ghosts. Maybe we'll find out next episode. What was the cat Goro? Was it Mortal Kombat 3 where they had cat Goro?
Man, I don't
Oh
remember.
my god, that's amazing.
It was like it was Goro but like furry. I don't remember his name. It
I
was
was
like,
about to Google furry Goro.
Oh. Urban Dictionary now.
I think it was like Shoru or something like that. I don't remember. It was like Mortal Kombat 3 or 4, I think it was.
Yeah, I definitely shouldn't have Googled that.
So, yeah. Who wants to sit down with Captain first? And do you guys want these to be private, or do you want it to be
Kintaro. That's
Kintaro? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
It was bugging me. I could picture it, but I couldn't.
What game was it?
Kintaro is in. Oh, jeez.
First appearance. I'm sure he came back in multiple games.
I'll get back to you on that.
Cool, that works. Basically, they said that the package is here, and they said, "Yep, cool, we're coming in." Essentially, And then the last message was, you guys got pinged to get ready for us to come down. That was kind of the gist that you got. You could have listened to the episode. I uploaded them for you to listen to.
Got them.
But I had a lot of Christmas shopping and a concert to go to.
Not like I didn't have stuff I had to do either.
I got no excuses. I should have listened to it.
What concert did you go to?
Billie Eilish.
Oh, okay. With the Bailey Eyelash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it was my Christmas present to my girlfriend.
Okay.
I got tickets months ago, and I didn't tell her.
There you go.
I just signed up. Like, I talked to some of her coworkers, got somebody to cover the last half of her shift.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Nice.
left work early and showed up like, all right, babe, going to Billie Eilish. Let's go.
Damn.
Aw.
And it was
Sick. Good one.
box like suite tickets too.
Nice.
Dang.
Oh,
Fucking
shit.
nice.
Where'd you play at?
Climate Pledge.
Oh, that's
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's a good show too.
Okay.
I'm not like a huge Billie Eilish like fan. She's all right.
I've heard like the Bad Guy song because the kids like that movie, The Bad Guys, and it's in it. That's about the extent of my Billie Eilish knowledge.
Yeah, like I could like pick out like, oh, this is Billie Eilish, but like I don't know.
That's good. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Like, yeah,
It's a good show though.
that's good. I'm glad to hear.
Anyways, that's why I didn't listen to the episodes.
There you go. All right, that's fair.
We had 2 weeks, so that's
Yeah,
one
yeah,
day.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah.
I
the rest
sufficiently
of it was
feel
just
bad.
planning
Tyler
and
getting
work.
arrested.
You guys didn't have power, so
We didn't get power back until Tuesday, by the way. Like
Damn.
last Tuesday.
Dude, 1 week out of power. We were in the dark ages. It got old real
crazy.
fast, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, it was an adventure, and I could like it when the power came back on. I was still looking for my flashlight to go into the bathroom and like stuff, but up until then, I was always like flipping on the switch, thinking it would do something, and so
yeah,
it's like
just habit.
it's amazing how your brain like adjusts to whatever environment it's in. Anyway, that was my revelation that
Yeah.
happened.
Just to like say, like we counted down on the outage map of like what percentage of the people who got impacted, that like how unlucky were we, right?
Mhm.
Like we first it was top 10%, then it was top 5%, top 1%. So we were like 99.5% of the people who lost power got it back before us.
Yep.
That's how.
How's it feel to be in the 1% finally?
Dude, yeah, exactly. This
No, it
sucks.
feels great.
The 1% are hurting too. Apparently.